It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
Your media is legally allowed to lie to you. Now, this is a reality that isn't the case in many countries, right? But in the United States, the news has no obligation to tell you the truth. In fact, if they lie to you, they will get rewarded through viewings, right? They get more views if they lie. Now, everyone's competitive, and they are entertainment. Your news is not news, it's entertainment. They're trying to get ratings. They're allowed to say whatever they want in order to get you to watch. It's the same with advertisements. They're allowed to lie. It's the same with the police. They're allowed to lie during an interrogation. America today is a nation which rewards freaking liars. Politicians are allowed to lie and they will not be held accountable. That's not how it works in Europe, not where I was at, which is Europe, European Union. People are held accountable. You can't lie as a news agency in most European countries, right? You can be sued heavily. Now, if you prove defamation in the United States, we see that they sued, but very rarely do people get to prove that defamation occurred. So, the news openly lies. Joe Rogan, people get their news from him. He's an idiot. Now, I love Joe. Well, I used to love Joe. Now, he's too dumb. And he has no responsibility. And even when he's proven wrong, he won't admit it. And the news are the same way. They're proven wrong, they don't admit it. They just go about their business. So you live in a country where you have to source your own news. And if you don't, you have to accept the reality that any opinion you form based on the information that you receive from the news is allowed to be a lie. They have no obligation to say the truth. And if you think about that, it translates over to medical, to advertising. Doctors in America can prescribe you meds you don't need because they get kickbacks from the pharmaceuticals. I remember one time I went to a doctor for something basic. I was 18 years old. Routine checkup, Ohio. And he said, "Do you smoke ganja?" He asked me if I did drugs. I was like, no. What about weed? Do you smoke weed? I was like, what? And then he said, how often? And I, wow, pretty often at that point. Guy gave me a prescription for Prozac. Now, my dad is a surgeon in Cyprus. I called him, Rebapa. This guy gave me a prescription for Prozac. What? Don't take it. I'm like, of course I'm not going to take it, but why? He gets money for it. So he said, my dad chose to be a not rich doctor so he could live in a country where medical was real. Because in America, it's a business. Politics is a business. The news is a business. Everything is a business. And we as people allow their lies to divide us. We are 99.85%. 99.85% the exact same people. All of us, no matter your color, your race, your ethnicity, we're separated by 0.15%. 0.15%. If I took my whole meal that I'm making here today and said, okay, what's 0.15% of that meal? It's that little piece of yellow pepper. Barely, no, I tasted it's tasty because my food isn't poisoned here. So they're allowed to lie to us. They separate us. They keep us dumb. And we buy it and fight. Right now, even people who know this will go to war with someone on the Trump side. And the Trump people will go to war with the people on the right side. Why? They're lying. We need to hold them accountable. We can't let people continue to lie to us like that and hold positions of authority and trust. Something called the God factor. When there's an authority in the room, I'm not a doctor. My dad is. I'm not a doctor. If there's a bunch of doctors giving me medical advice, they're gods in that room. That's what they are. Because they are the authority on that subject. And I have no option really but to believe them or question them and know nothing. And the people who have that power in America use it to strangle us, make us dumb, take away our rights. They make us allow them to take away our rights. We take away our own rights for them by buying their shisa. Joe Rogan, you suck! You used to be good. He used to let people come on and talk. Then somewhere along the line, the steroids and the DMT and all that, it all affected him too much. So I forgive Joe because he's a freaking meathead. But the news, the pharmaceuticals, the business people in government, they know it. And they're lying to you. Don't allow it to happen. If you are on the opposition side of your neighbor, sit down with them and say, you know what? Let's take the passionate aspects aside. Let's just talk about what we agree upon. I agree about this. You want good food, healthy food for your family and yourself? Okay. You want decent education for citizens? Okay. You want safety and security? Okay. You want news that doesn't lie to you and is held accountable? Okay. Look at that. We agree on most fundamentals. And then we can argue over the differences in the polls. Stop letting them lie to you. JRE. Block them. Block that guy. Also, thank you for all the love. I'm taken aback by how many people followed my rant yesterday.
14. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And whither I go, ye know, and the way ye know. Thomas saith unto him, Lord, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way? Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father, but